Thanks so much for joining us here on this Wednesday. I'm Brooke Hash. Families at 6 JCPS schools, which lost bus service under the district's new transportation plan, could be getting it back. Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio said this year's smooth start has made the school board optimistic about changes. Our Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie explained the hurdles the district still faces.
1 year ago, it was this.
And to have it end with the transportation disaster that we had last night was truly unacceptable.
Now, a year later, the new way Superintendent Marty Polio is describing back to school.
As difficult as last year's start was, this year has been an amazing start to the school year.
The first JCPS school board meeting after students headed back to school, the board announced that transportation could be reinstated to some magnet and traditional schools who had transportation cut this year. And the latest on the plan:
give those new bus drivers, those TARC drivers, their routes that last week of September and practice over the fall break, and then we would implement those if we get the 60 right when they come back from fall break.
But they need 60 trained and certified TARC drivers before that can happen. Polio said right now 19 TARC drivers have a school bus certification, 39 are currently testing, and 12 others are in various stages of training.
We can give the written portion of the test, but the driver portion of the test is done by the Kentucky State Police Department, so we have really little control over that.
385 students who left their magnet or traditional school because transportation was cut would be eligible to go back if transportation was reinstated.
And once we get above 60 drivers, which we believe we will, we have to survey the families to see which of those eligible want transportation back to their schools. Survey those students who may have left their school to see if they want to return to that school.
In Louisville, Alex Dieterer, WHAS11 on your side.
The whole plan is contingent on getting school bus certifications for 41 more TARC drivers, but Polio said all TARC training should be complete by the first week of September. A former Owensboro public school superintendent was federally indicted on 9 counts related to sexual exploitation of children. In June of last year, the Owensboro Board of Education voted unanimously to fire Matthew Constant after allegations of a relationship with an adult-age student enrolled in another school district. Well, now he's facing new charges of online enticement of a minor, 3 counts of possessing child sex abuse materials, 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, and 2 counts of transferring obscene material to a minor. The FBI believes there may be more victims. They're asking anyone with information to email mctips@fbi.gov. Newly released body camera video shows how a Metro police officer took down an armed suspect in the middle of Bardstown Road using his jiu-jitsu training. It's all martial art focused on grappling and ground fighting using submission holds. And according to a arrest citation, that officer was patrolling the area near Chill Bar and Akikos on Saturday night when a bouncer approached him about a man with a gun who'd become belligerent and was told to leave. Hey. So you see there, the video shows the man try to run away, and at some point the officer's body camera gets knocked off. Well, that is when a witness picks it up and points it toward the fight that's now in the middle of Bardstown Road. LMPD said the officer used that jiu-jitsu to subdue the man until other officers could arrive. According to arrest documents, officers found a gun in that man's front waistband. The suspect in that case, 21-year-old Noah Carullo, he's facing several charges, including wanton endangerment. The Commonwealth's Attorney's Office says several Metro police officers were justified in 2 different shootings last year. The first was on October 24th on South 26th Street near Garland. LMPD investigators said they were responding to a home invasion call when that suspect, Sylvester Price, pointed a gun at them while trying to run away. 4 officers fired their weapons. Price survived and has been charged in that case. Now, the other shooting was on December 14th in the Portland neighborhood. When officers responded to North 25th Street, they said Kenneth Clark held 3 people hostage. LMPD said Clark shot and killed one of those hostages before 2 officers shot him. LMPD is still reviewing if those officers in both cases followed department policies and procedures. Mayor Craig Greenberg's office has appointed a new interim director of youth transitional services. Longtime Metro Corrections Major Stephen Gilbert will take over that position. The youth transitional services is responsible for kids in the juvenile justice system. Major Gilbert has worked extensively with its staff on training and protocols for working with criminally involved youth. He will lead the department while it transitions out of the current location there at 720 West Jefferson Street. The facility is being transferred over to the Kentucky Department of Juvenile Justice, which will conduct major renovations to ensure that building meets the standards of a modern-day youth detention center. We talked about it all morning long in our newsroom, Sam. It is a gorgeous day outside. If you can walk the dog, go somewhere for lunch, just get out on your feet and enjoy it.
You're welcome, right? I'm in a thankless profession here. It's going to be a pretty nice day today. We have to just go ahead and let the public know, yeah, you're welcome. It's going to be a great day today. We're actually going to be reaching the mid to upper 70s, extremely low humidity, basically as comfortable as what it was yesterday. 73 currently at Ali International Airport, 71 on the east end towards Bowman Field. We are dealing with kind of a northeast breeze. Really not too breezy outside, but it is the reason why humidity is staying at very comfortable levels. We do have a lot less clouds across eastern Kentucky. Our friends along I-64 in Lexington in the low 70s, and we still have a lot of upper 60s and lower 70s found from Evansville up towards Du Bois and even Bloomington, Indiana. Here's what we have on tap today. So already hitting 72 at the airport in Louisville. We're going to be reaching 78 this afternoon. Yesterday we also were at 78, and we're a good whopping 10 degrees below normal for this time of the year. We're going to be back into the 80-degree range tomorrow, and this weekend 90-degree temperatures will be on full blast, and we're going to be seeing a fair amount of sunshine each and every day into the weekend. So, Brooke, there will be a developing heat wave. I'm going to update everybody much more on just exactly how hot we'll be into the weekend, and I'll let you know when the next storm chance may be as well.
Sam, thank you. State officials say spring water in Upton, Kentucky is safe to drink, despite concerns of possible contamination. The issue started last week when someone reported murky, foul-smelling water coming from the Big Springs area. The report prompted the Commonwealth's Emergency Response Team and Division of Water to test that spring. City Commissioner Ted Jones said it flows into multiple locations and underground, which had worried people there.
Yeah, I think that was a big concern around here. A lot of people on well water, and there was a concern about well water contamination. Of course, what I'm hearing right now is the Division of Water and Emergency Services has determined that that's not a concern.
We did reach out to the state's environmental team about the testing process. It said it's actively investigating the incident to determine the source and nature of the substance on the property, saying no boil water advisory is needed. East Louisville residents are concerned about a road project that runs up against many of their properties. It's designed to help ease traffic along Bardstown Road, but people in the area say that risk is too high. They believe the Cedar Creek expansion project will disturb their quiet part of town. Doug Allen owns a 200-year-old Kentucky landmark located right in the path of that project.
It's going to take quite a bit of our property, several acres of our property, depending on the layout. And then it's going to devalue the home too, and I question whether or not we'll be fairly compensated for that.
The plans show that road directly between Allen's property and one of his neighbors. The road would connect to Beulah Church Road and other projects that are currently in the works, like a gas station and restaurants. A Metro councilman said they are still in the design phase, and once approved, it'll be worked into the budget for construction to begin. Louisville leaders are pushing for red lights and speed cameras, which are currently not allowed in Kentucky. Now, members of Vision Zero and Councilman Dan Syme testified before lawmakers in Frankfort Tuesday about the benefits of this technology. Vision Zero is the city's initiative to prevent traffic deaths. Syme, who represents Fairdale, said when he first got elected, the top complaint he heard was about speeding and enforcement.
I've asked folks, what do we do? I asked LMPD, what do we do? She said, we'll send more enforcement. We are short almost 300 officers. We are not going to get anybody in rural Fairdale to police speeders.
But how do you do it?
Vision Zero is asking people to fill out an online survey about speeding in the city. It's linked in this story on the WHAS11.com homepage.